Actually, I want to speak out something about these plus size models, and that I feel that they shouldn't be prioritized too much.
Viewer discretion is advised. The following content may involve profanities and controversy. Three Birds, One Stone does not intend to cause harm to anyone in any way or form. This show is a platform for us and our viewers to share their respective views on controversial topics via fruitful and peaceful means. We seek your help in correcting us in a case where our facts may prove to be wrong. Thank you.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Three Birds, One Stone show. Today's episode is #5, and we have two guests. One of them is no special to us. We have Joseph here, and we
Be
have
one of them.
Khyati. Yeah, one of them is Joseph. He come to our show already. Technically.
Oh, one of them is already, yeah, one of them has already been on the show. Then we have another special guest who
Yeah.
is Kathy.
So today's topic is about personality versus looks. Now, many of you might be thinking that personality versus looks is a very small topic and everything, but I'm gonna say that it is a small topic, but it's a very impactful and maybe a sensitive topic to some of us in the society today. So I'm going to straight out going to dive into the topic, and I'm going to ask this question. Uh, what comes to your mind when I say personality versus looks? So who wants to go first? The guest who wants to go first.
So,
Sure. I feel that personality is just I don't know, it's something really very it's basically like the biggest thing that causes bullying in a way. That you feel very insecure about yourself. You feel that whatever people see is what you are. So you kind of define yourself by what you show yourself to be like. So I think it's very honestly it's disappointing when you just realize you define yourself just by how you look in a way. That's what I think.
How about
Initially,
Joseph?
like when the world first sees you.
um, so okay, when I hear the topic on looks versus personality, I think it's like a very judgmental topic because everyone views you differently from looks and personality. So one person may view you as a nice person, but the other person may view you as a bad person. So it's a very subjective topic to talk about. And I believe that, especially for looks, when people say that looks don't matter, I believe they matter because in a relationship, you want to be physically attracted to the person. You can't just say that personality only matters when you want to have that slight of physical attraction to your partner. So that's my take on this topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about Sasang?
I think we all can agree, like it's a really sensitive topic, just like what Ibrahim said. And it's gonna be a good talk today. We're gonna have different opinions on certain things. And yeah, personality versus looks. Let's go.
Okay, for me, the first thing comes to my mind is insecurities.
Mm.
You know, many people will be like, "Do you prefer looks or personality?" Many people will be like, "Personality, personality." But here's what we are going to do: show that some of us we are going to explain why looks are also important. You
Yeah.
know, yeah. So okay, next one is why do you think looks matter?
Or do looks even matter in the first place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Anybody
you
wants
want
to
to
go
go
first? Or
first.
Anyone wants to
Joseph,
go
you wanna go
first?
first? Okay, you know what? I'll go first, lah then.
Mm.
Okay, I
Okay.
personally do think that in the end, like looks do matter. Like how far do they matter is another question. I'll get to that. But like, yeah, they do matter. Like many people say that no, looks don't matter. I mean, in the end, like looks play a very small part. But initially, when like two people are gonna interact for the first time, looks matter like a lot, like more than what you think. Like the first time you see someone, right, you look at how they present themselves, and then you judge them based on what they look like, just like what Khyati said, which is sad. But like in the end, it's the only way you can judge a person when you first see them. Like even though you want to keep an however open-mindedness you want to keep, in the end you're still going to judge that person at least by a bit based on his looks, right? Based on his or her looks. So like when two people first meet, it doesn't have to be like a romantic relationship or anything. It could be friendship even. They're going to see how you present yourself, or at least how you groom yourself, you know. Like you don't have to look genetically, or like you don't have to look like by like genuinely good looking, or like you know by birth you don't have to be good looking. You have to at least be presentable, I feel like. So I'm sorry, my mom's vacuuming, so if that's the noise that you're hearing. So
Yeah.
yeah, in the end, like they matter, looks do matter, you know. But like once you get to know each other, then personality is another factor that jumps in, and then suddenly looks don't really matter that much, because this personality thing, I feel like if there's one thing, right, if a person is a 6 out of 10, like how y'all say on the internet, right, 6 out of 10, you all rate the person based on looks. If the person is 6 out of 10 with a personality which is with a personality which is good, immediately their whole like rating goes all the way up. Like as a person, their rating goes all the way up. But if a person is 10 with no personality, right, I feel like that person stays at 10 and it won't go anywhere else in that. So like a person with looks and personality, like he will automatically look more attractive the more you get to know them, he or she. Like so if I get to know let's just say Joseph at first. All right, he looks great, he looks great. But like the moment I get to know him, he has like this decent personality that he's a good person, he's genuinely a good friend. Like he will look out for you. Suddenly he's much more attractive to you. Like it doesn't need to be like a relationship kind of thing, you know. It's like friendship also. Yeah, so that's what I feel like. Yeah.
Anyone wants to go first? As in Sasang said already lah, yeah. He went
Yeah.
first.
Y'all can like add on to mine or like start off with your own opinion. Go
Yeah.
for it.
I agree with Cesar in this way, and also how Joseph brought in the fact that relationships are also based off partly by looks. But first, I want to say that looks is not just what you just like the facial features or the body features,
Okay.
but it's also the vibe you give off in a way. You don't have to show your personality to give off a vibe, in your opinion. So like let's say you're just seeing a person from afar. There's a difference between seeing a guy like well dressed, maybe like in a blazer and like hair up and look smart with like a nice posture. You have that feeling like, oh, that person is doing well in life. But you can know he probably has like a shit personality. Who knows? You never know. But another guy could be like um looking like he's homeless, but just because he has that weird posture or like the place where you see him could also just make it feel like he's a different person. But God knows, it could probably be the same person. But also, yeah, so my opinion about looks is that it plays an equal role compared to personality, because it's just as important as personality, because you judge them first impression is very important. And also how looks really make sure. Okay, actually, to be honest, you gotta be honest that it's very internet driven, right? This current like digital blah blah blah. So you wanna be very popular, or like you wanna be seen with people that you're comfortable with. You don't wanna see with people that are gangster if you're not like a gangster, and you wanna see with people that look like gangster if you're not a gangster. So and it also kind of depends on the kind of
So type
people
of
you want to be
company,
friends with. Yeah,
type of company you want. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that's what I think.
So the type of company you want to be also affects your looks, lah, basically. That's what you're trying to say,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yep.
Okay, okay. Joseph, is there anything you want to say about
Yeah,
looks?
yeah. So
All right.
for this matter, I agree with Sasang also. So in my opinion, when you first meet someone, I think the looks matter a bit more than personality. But after you like interact with the person for like a few weeks or months, then it changes. So their personality will be more important than their looks. And so why I say this is because of like human nature. Because as humans, we prefer we prefer to be with people we are more comfortable with. So despite personality being more important in a way, without looks, you won't feel really comfortable in the first place. So the looks is the opening, it's like the key to the door, and the personality is what makes you stay inside the room.
Yeah,
And
that's a great point.
pretty much what I say about looks is not really also on the face. So like what she said, like good posture, and maybe uh, a more different opinion is about height. So from what I know is that many guys are insecure of their height because in this society is that like short guys die first. Like short guys can't get any girls. But I mean, it's all really like it's up to the person to how they look to the guy. Maybe a short guy may look better than a taller guy to her instead. So that's what I'm going to say about this topic first.
Okay, can I just ask how are y'all affected by looks? Like, how does the topic looks affect you personally? Y'all hear me? Do y'all hear the question?
Yeah. So that looks affected me very big throughout my whole life because I didn't really grow up to be. I mean, I didn't like really go through primary school, secondary school looking decent in a way lah. Because I didn't know what was expectations, so I used to wear like those boy shirts, the singlets and shorts, and went to the playground. And people used to be like, "Go play with the boys." It didn't make sense because I didn't think that I looked that way that I should go play with the boys. I just wanted to play, you know. And also, I wasn't fit. I was very very big back then, so I wouldn't deny that. But I was bullied very badly for that, and which I didn't get why, and also for my skin color, which also basically racist, but it's still part of my looks and identity, which I didn't understand why people want to make fun of it and why I should be feeling insecure about it. But even though at first you be confident about yourself, like, oh, it's okay, no matter how I look, I'm still a person. I have a nice personality, you tell yourself. But one way or another, you'll start finding yourself to feel insecure about it if it continues on. So for me, I think looks played a very, very huge role in my life that I felt the need to change the way I look to basically please others, even though that's not what you're supposed to be doing in a way. Yeah.
How about Joseph? How are you affected by the issue looks?
Like also on behalf of everyone, right? As long as you are average or not good looking, you'll experience like a lot of insecurities. And definitely, I mean, if you're just
I think
average,
even really good-looking people experience insecurities, lah.
yeah,
It's really common. I think
yeah,
even
so
like the most beautiful people are insecure. Like they could be delusional, but they, in the end, they'll still be insecure about something, some part of their body, or some part of their looks, or some part of their personality. Even yeah, which really affects them, lah. Yeah, go on, bro. You're saying something.
yeah.
My bad.
But I also agree with Sasang that everyone will have their own insecurities in their own ways. And I mean, definitely, initially, I felt like, I think Sec 1 or Sec 2, I felt like why looks affected me a lot. Like, I felt really insecure about it. But as long as I grew up, uh, I realized that looks you can't change already. I mean, you can groom it yourself, you can improve yourself by a bit, but you have to like understand that what you're born with, that's what you are born with, that's your looks. So like people would stick to the alternative of plastic surgery, but for me, I don't support this because being born into this world, you are given the chance to actually like explore life and enjoy life, but you're worrying about your looks only. So I feel that like looks is from also from your parents' genetics. And if people are worrying about the looks all the time, I mean, you can't change anything. So that's why I started to focus on personality even more. Because for personality, you can actually like change yourself instantly. You can actually like nurture yourself to be a better person. And for me, I would rather be someone with a good personality and bad looks than someone with good looks and bad personality. Because even for my parents, I don't want to be seen as like a bad kid in front of them. I think all parents will view their children as like good looking, like the best thing to them. So definitely my parents would want to see me as a good kid instead than someone who can actually like get a lot of attention, but my personality is bad in front of them. So that's my take on this issue.
Hmm.
Actually, I got something to add on. Uh,
Yeah, sure.
to be honest, I think that looks is as important as personality, according to what I said earlier. Even though you get your points are all very valid, but I feel that if someone can carry themselves to dress better and put in effort to make themselves look better, no matter how bad your genetics are, right? People will see that you look good. So I don't think personality comes in here much because it's the effort you put. Okay, I mean it does come in because it's your effort, but it's still when people want to judge you by your looks. It's the amount of effort you put in on how you present yourself before even meeting the person in a way. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. Just that looks are an effort of what you put in. If you're gonna like whatever, just wear home like some homeless person and then meet a person, you just it doesn't give off a good impression in a way as compared to if you dress nice and you talk to a person. So I think you have to have a good personality and look decent in a way lah. You don't have to be genetically beautiful to um, look like you're attractive. Yeah.
Hmm. So basically, I think you're trying to say that being attractive is not a trait, but it's a skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like, yeah, if you really want to look good and you want to fit in, which is not the most important thing, but like in the end, there will be some point in your life where you want to look good, right? It could be any occasion, like trying to get a girl or trying to be with a bunch of cool friends. Like in the end, you still want to look good in some way or another. So I feel like you can look good if you want to look good. Like no matter how genetically bad looking you are, that changing some things about yourself, which is not plastic surgery. It does not have to be plastic surgery. Changing certain things like your grooming style, like your fashion, certain things, small things. Uh, you know, adding little touches, like really taking care of yourself. In the end, you will actually look good, right? Work out once in a while. That will really help. Uh, which is, yeah, I mean, in the end, looks do matter. Like in the sense that it it also shows your personality, lah. Do you want to look presentable in front of people, or are you just that one lazy person who doesn't really care how you look, and like you don't give two shits about looks at all, which is not supposed to be the way, lah. Because in the end, we are given a face for a reason. We're given all unique faces for a reason, and we're given all unique bodies for a reason. It's like so we can have impressions of each other, right? We can get along with each other because we're different. So try to be the best version of yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
I
So
mean, for me, right, looks has always matter. I mean, even if you in our society, looks has always matter. If you look long time ago, there's this there's this guy called Napoleon Bonaparte. He's actually, you can call him a dictator or whatever. So basically, he actually invaded part of Europe lah. So he conquered some of Europe. And if you search online, right, in Google, you search Napoleon Bonaparte, the first picture, the iconic picture is him holding a horse, and the horse is, like going up. The first two legs are up. Then he looks very,
Oh yeah.
brave, and his head also is like, a bit terbalik like that. He looks very brave and handsome. But that's not him. That is totally not him. Basically, what he really looks in real life is basically he's a very short guy. He's around 5 foot
Mm.
something, and he's also like fat. He doesn't looks like, as muscular in the painting. That painting is basically he asked his servants, the painter, to paint him like that. Because why? Because he sees himself like that. So you
Mm.
see, he's actually a short and a fat guy, but he, imagine himself as this, very confident, muscular person. Now, what does it show of the society then? That means, you see, you want a king, you want a ruler who is actually a muscular guy who looks good. And even if you look in any of our rulers or leaders of nation, right, you don't really see that much of leaders who are actually handicapped, or uh, have any disabilities with their uh, basically what I say lah, handicap or crippled. Now looks is
Mm.
like what they say, looks is not about your face only, it's about your whole physical body also. So, and even if you look at school, okay, when you go to a new school, you always see the handsome guy or the cute or pretty girl being the popular one instantly. You don't see the short guy, short girl, the fat guy being the popular one. You always see the handsome guy and the cute girl as the popular one. And even you want to go to the handsome guy, accepting him as the popular guy, but you are not making
Yeah.
anything for yourself. Now, when after some years, after some months, after some years in the school, now you don't really see any popular dudes in your batch. It's because now they get to know you by personality, but by not looks. You see,
Mm.
and yeah, so, and even if you go for a job interview, you always, they ask you to wear formal, presentable, because people will actually judge you based on your looks first and not your personality. So it just takes around what, 10 seconds to judge a person by their looks and not personality. That's how interview works. You don't see anyone wearing singlet and track pants with sneakers and going into the interview and acing the interview. Not really. But here's another thing that I actually read this quote from Instagram saying that those people in companies, right, they always wear coat suits and everything. Basically, they are the employees, but employer is basically the boss is wearing pajamas to work. Yeah. So
Oh yeah.
I mean, you see, you don't now you see in this society, people are being more liberal in a sense that people are being more open-minded, trying to say that looks is not really important. But I'm going to tell you that looks are important as well. You can't really discard looks is not important as personality. So that's my take on it lah. So I think
Mm.
we can go to the next one. Why does personality matters? Yeah.
Mm.
And
Anybody want to go first? Okay, I'll go first
I
lah. Oh yeah, sure. Go for it. Go for it.
okay, yeah. I think personality is, as I said, just as important as looks. So, okay, personality, there are different kinds. There is the short-term personality and the long-term personality. You can keep up a front when you meet someone and then you want to have a good impression. And you can try to seem nice and blah, blah, blah if you're not very a social person in a way. But in the long term, your personality will also affect, but your looks, the way looks affect the relationship you have with another person wouldn't be as important lah. Because, okay, I would say, for example, right, the most common way that people view relationships to marriage, right? So in relationship, there's like the boyfriend, like all lovey-dovey, gives them all gifts. Then the girlfriend being all sweet and cute, and then taking many, many videos and stuff like that. And dates, all those effort that they put into a relationship. You don't see them much in marriages because they're like, okay, I'm stuck with you now. So whatever I do doesn't really change so much. Although divorces is a thing lah, but my opinion is that let's say you're actually like married and you don't want to leave each other because you love each other, it's important that um, you understand how to treat people and um, how you want to be treated, and also to love the, like, just accept people's flaws, love others' flaws and everything, so that everyone feels safe. And when you actually show people that you can make them feel comfortable around you, that is more attractive than looks. Although, as I said, looks is still as important because imagine waking up to your wife or husband in the morning and you wouldn't want to see like such a big mess and get scared in a way lah. Okay, that's just exaggeration, but you should be someone that you're willing to wake up to, you know. So
Mm,
that's what I think about personality relative to looks.
okay.
Joseph, man, Joseph.
Okay. Uh, so I'm going to add on to her, and yeah, I agree that short-term personality and long-term personality can be very different. And for me, personality can be easily manipulated, considering the fact that when you meet someone new, you can just act very nice and very sweet. But as the longer you know the person, your personality matches your real personality, your long-term personality. And so when one person wants to meet another person, I feel that they should watch out on how the other person, uh, other person personality is to them, because there are stories, there are like incident cases where one person is nicer to a good-looking person compared to a bad-looking person. And it's very common even in schools or in probably in society, where probably like what Ibrahim said, the popular guy is usually the handsome guy. So you usually like be more nicer to him compared to your other friends. And this because probably because of attention, and you, as if you get the person's attention, then you feel more validated, yeah, validated in school and in society. And to answer Ibrahim's question on why personality matters as much as looks, is because I mean when you are going to be with the person forever, you want the person who is actually like there for you, who is actually loyal, and you don't want the person to like just cheat on you and run away. And so like personality does matter if you want to stay together forever, but looks matter only for the attraction factor, for to attract the person to you. But after that, personality is the one that makes you guys stay. So that's my take on this topic.
I mean, for me, right, like what both of them said, there are valid points, like what Joseph said, that personalities can be easily manipulated. And when people say that stop being judgmental, but I'm going to straight out tell that humans are not perfect. we all have those, bad habits also. We all have those bad stuff that we do. And I feel like all humans are judgmental in the sum of the cases. You know, you judge a person by their looks first, and you will actually use your personality to, like short-term personality. Like example, if you want to, get to know this guy first or get to know this girl first, you'll actually have this short-term personality. You will actually be faking first, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so basically you
Oh
judge
yeah.
a person by their looks first, and now you're bringing your fake personality to them. So you see, you can't always say that personality is always good. Sometimes personalities are fake also. You can't judge a person by their personalities also. I mean there's a quote from Tamil cinema saying that you don't believe what you see, don't believe what you hear, don't believe what other people say. Believe what you investigate by yourself lah. Yeah, that's
Mm.
from Tamil cinema. You see, that's the thing. We all say that those people who are good, like taught good morals, values. We always say that personality over looks. Yeah, I get it. But the thing is, personalities also can be fake. Sometimes personalities can be fake. But here's the thing that the short-term personality can change into long-term personality. You know, in a relationship, be it a friendship or boyfriend, girlfriend, the thing is, uh, one of them might be having the fake kind of vibe, fake kind of personality,
Mm.
but another person might not be. He or she
A
might
person might
be,
be genuine.
yeah, showing true colors and everything. So in that sense, right, the other person will be like, hey, okay, he's good, she's good. Then they will actually change into, you know, to expose themselves of their own skin lah, like true colors. But let me tell you how in a scenario, right, that both are fake, and how if the relationship is getting stronger and stronger. Now that is actually a very, very serious issue. Now, normally in our society, teenagers going dating is very normal. Okay, how if in a like in a date, right, both parties are actually fake to each other, and they like the fake personalities. You see, that's the problem. How if they like the fake personalities, and the relationship gets stronger and stronger, and they go into serious relationship. Now that is something that we have to think about. We can't always vaguely say personality matters, but these are serious issues. And what Khyati say about the marriage, yeah, marriages can be hard. I mean, from a 17-year-old guy, I can only say this, like, I don't know about those adults who are married. Marriage is hard, that you are stuck with one person. So the only thing that you can actually, renew things and everything is basically personality, not really looks. Yeah. So I feel like marriages is hard, and I feel like in a relationship, people do have to see personality, but you cannot believe that all personalities are true. It might be fake, so you have to be careful lah. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, basically, what we're trying to say is we're talking about fake personalities lah. Basically, like how you think that personalities are more important than looks, but in the end, personalities can also be deceiving. Like, but in the end, true colors will come out eventually lah. So, even if your looks, like you can fake it all the way, like you can put on makeup every single day, you can go for plastic surgery and make it permanent. Like looks, you can be faking it all the way lah. But personality, I feel like one day it will eventually come out. Your true personality, your true colors, your true beliefs, and your true way of living will come out eventually, no matter how much you try to fake it initially. So I feel like personality is something that you have to wait for a long time before it really affects the way you judge a person. It really affects the true way you judge a person. So I feel like looks during this period, looks is the thing that really matters a lot. Because the personality could be, I could be faking my personality. I could be the nicest guy on planet to you. But holding back my genuine feelings and my genuine beliefs about certain things, which we may have different opinions on. I could be holding that back, and then I could be using my looks and my fake personality to appear like the best person to you. And then this could be a whole illusion. Like suddenly one day you suddenly find out the truth, and then suddenly you're like, holy shit, this person is nowhere near who I thought this person was. So I feel like, yeah, that is one thing lah. But let's come back to like, uh if you don't mind, Ibrahim, let me ask them this.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Let's come back to looks affecting the how secure you feel about yourself. Like, do you all have any like anecdotes, like pinpoint an anecdote if you're willing and open to share about it, of course. Go ahead and tell us a story about any one of your insecurities. Like, when did you feel
Um,
insecure? When was the time that you felt insecure? Exactly.
so for me, right, first of all, I was in a primary school that was mostly basically 90% Chinese. So first of all, I
Okay.
felt very intimidated, but because like it's all Chinese, how am I gonna mix around? Because I was actually from an Indian kindergarten, and then what happened was that I decided not to talk to anyone, and that caused a lot of people to judge me, and I started to think that shit, my skin color is my problem, and started feeling insecure about it. So I started doing stuff like using creams and stuff to like make myself feel fairer. And then people started judging me for my curly hair because it's a trait that I can't change. And
Yeah.
I got very insecure that in P6 I started to straighten my hair, and people started making fun of my straight hair because they say that I feel insecure about my curly hair, which is true. But the thing is that they judge the way I look, and then when I change it, they continue judging it, which felt made me feel like there's no way I can make myself feel better. But the real thing is that because I didn't really talk to anyone, no one really knew my personality. I didn't know if it was good or if it was bad or whatever it is. And then fast forward to secondary school, I talked to some of my friends. I made quite a few friends in secondary school. In sec one and sec two, what happened was I made a lot of fake friends, and then I felt very very put down lah. So basically, I was even though I got more confident in the way I look, and people were like, "Oh, you look okay. You look great. You're putting in effort to dress up and everything." But people tend to put you down in one way or another. So I made a lot of fake friends, and then even though I opened up to them and try to be the real me, they didn't think that I was being real lah, basically. And over time, because I started dressing up, certain things are very relatively not acceptable according to some of my friends. So even wearing like a simple crop top with like high-waisted pants, right? People will be like, "Oh, you're trying to look like a slut, is it?" And that went on to slut shaming. So
Hmm.
I faced a lot of things, both relative to personality and looks, throughout most of my life. But then when I came into JC, I realized even if you have a fake personality, right? Just make sure your real personality is not hurtful. So you can be all nice and like a great person at first, but just because you just care a little less, it is a real personality. Just make sure you don't hurt other people's feelings. Like you don't at first you be like, "Oh, you're so pretty, you're so you put in a lot of like effort for studying. Oh my god, teach me your skills," all those stuff that people say, which they may seem like they're interested in, but afterwards they just seem less interested in. Doesn't mean that they care little less. So even though they can be fake personalities, I don't think they are completely wrong, because short term, to like, impress someone, the first impression counts, right? It's it's worth it, but make sure your long term personality, as I said, doesn't emotionally affect the person, in ways that they find that's very um, significant of that person lah. Okay, I should give an example. I sound so big. Let's just um, say this person, John. Okay, so John is super nice in the first impression just because he wants to talk to um this person. So when John wants to talk to this person, he wants to grab the attention. So he'll be like, "Oh, hey, you from blah blah blah? How do you do? Or how's life? Some questions just so that he can grab the attention." And as time goes by, and John and this person starts to hang out more often, the impression is not that John lost interest in his friend because he doesn't ask those kind of questions anymore. It's just because they understand them better and they do not feel the need to. So it's basically the first impression was uh, a kind of fake impression, fake personality, but it's not hurtful in a way because things change over any relationship, friendship, like actual girl boy relationship or any form of relationship. Basically, when you get used to someone and their true colors show, you have to understand that they're comfortable enough with you to show their true personality, because all of this is relatively judged and you want to be like um, just accepted lah. Basically, you finally feel accepted, you show your true self. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Joseph?
Yeah. I think getting reminded of my past, I think I realized that society is very like judgmental in a way that they only care for themselves. So I think for an example, I think it's like for me in Sec 1, I think looks wasn't because of my face but it was more of my height. So in Sec 1, I think my three closest friends in Sec 1, if you know who they are, right? If you know who they are, I think they are much taller than me in Sec 1. I was like only 1'5" and they were like 1'6" and 1'7". So I wanted to fit in, like, if you have like a clique or a group, you want to fit in regardless. And so back then, what I would do is, I think I would eat a lot of food. I would like eat a lot, which made me grow a lot. And what happened was, when you thought that when you grew taller, people would be like more uh going they would be more forward to meeting you. But what happened was, when I became a bit more fatter, people suddenly like said, like, why did became fat? Well, like, they think I was only eating the whole time. And so after trying to lose weight, I tried to stuff, and like I tried to, like, many ways I tried to really lose weight, and which I did eventually. And then when you finally thought that when you lost weight and people would be like more welcoming to you, they started to fire back and they would say, why did you starve yourself? Why did you like try to change who you are?
Mm.
And so this really like tells me
People
that
judge you even when you're trying to change your looks for the
yeah,
better.
and basically what society is doing is, if you're trying to change for the better, people will judge you no matter what. Because in reality,
Mm.
people don't want the other person to be better over them. As humans, we want to be like the dominant one. We don't want to be the one getting dominated by others, which is like natural, but at the same time, it's a bit toxic in this society. So
Yeah.
regardless of your personality, also, like, if you were a bad person and you want to be a good person suddenly, people will just say like, you're just manipulating your personality. You just want to get people's attention. And yeah, this is an example of society being very toxic to people who want to change the looks, who want to change their personality for the better. And I think another example would be how many people are like starting to like groom a bit more often, like in on Instagram. you can see that many people are trying to look very good. They're trying to look their best as possible. And but in reality, they don't look the same because on Instagram, you want to give people the impression that you're good looking, that you are a confident person. But what you are in Instagram may be different from in real life. But in real life, you can be someone who's not really like good looking, and that you can be someone who's has very bad confidence. And yeah, so this is my take on society being like very judgmental on your mindset also.
Yeah, that really makes you insecure. Like, I can see how that could make you insecure. Um, for me personally, I have, in sec one and sec two, I was not really like in shape. I used to be this fat kid, right? Um, I was not insecure one bit, like in sec one and sec two. Then in sec two, something changed, right? Something changed in sec two that really pushed me to like want to become thinner. Like people started criticizing me for my looks, like for the way my body was shaped. And then I don't know why I didn't feel put down. In fact, I felt like a burning sense of motivation to like get fitter and get into shape. And like as like one kid, I didn't worry about being famous in class or having a lot of friends or being popular. I mean, I said the same thing twice, but like yeah, basically having a big company. I was like I was like very happy with the small company I had, with the small bunch of friends I had. Like Ibrahim was my friend all the way from like primary school to secondary school. So like with him was most of my enjoyment. Like I didn't really worry about my looks. So suddenly in sec two everything changes. Like sec two halfway through everything changes, and I suddenly want to look good. So I start working out, right? I start going to the gym regularly, and then eventually I do get into shape lah. But like in the end, it's all for society. It's like it wasn't for me. But slowly it turned up. It slowly turned into something that I was doing for myself. Because like working out honestly felt good. It felt like a really good feeling. Like it felt like an addiction in the end. And the moment I saw results, it was like a complete addiction to me. So like I wanted to look good for myself, and I wanted to like keep doing it because it was fun to do. It wasn't like painful to do also. In the end, it was something that became like playing a game. Playing a game to someone can be so fun. Just like that, working out became really fun to me. I don't know. It's just after a while you'll suddenly start feeling that feeling lah. So it's natural. So I feel like yeah. I mean, it did cause me to feel insecure, being out of shape, and that being insecure is what really pushed me to start working out and start getting fitter lah. So I felt like my insecurities were really necessary for me. Yeah. Ibrahim, have you ever felt insecure?
I mean, I wouldn't really say insecure lah. It's just I mean, for myself, right? Everyone will call me like, "Hey, you are fat, lah. You are fat. Go lose some weight." Even my family members say that until now.
Mm,
Look, I mean, in primary school, what happened was I actually starved myself. I only eat what a fruit for breakfast. I don't normally eat. For that period of time, I never even eat breakfast at all. I just eat what some fruit, and that fruit also doesn't taste good. It tastes plain. Then
mm,
actually I got gastric already, gastric problem.
mm,
Then the thing is, it became so serious that I had to go to the emergency ward and everything lah. But looking from it, right, actually it kind of affected me because my family was not doing well last time, and you see, because of me, my family had to spend money, for the treatment and everything. You see, I mean that
what treatment?
affected. I mean for the gastric thing lah. It was not really
Oh,
like a
okay,
big
okay.
treatment. It was just like something lah, don't know lah. So forgot already, long time ago when I was in P3. I mean, the thing is, I know I do get it why people say you are fat, go lose some weight. I mean, when my family says it, it's for my own good lah. That okay, yeah, I understand. But I feel like other people saying it, I don't think you are telling for the person's good. You are just trying to fat shame them lah. You are just trying to insult them lah. But the thing, yeah, I mean, it is an ideal thing to lose weight and have an ideal, health and everything, your body. But the thing is, if the person don't want to lose weight, just let them be lah. To be honest, I mean, if they get diabetes, it's their own problem, right? I mean, it's my own problem. So why you have to come? But also, I get it lah. I mean, I learned to accept that. Joseph said that the world is toxic. Yeah, the society, the world has always been toxic, and I learned to accept it. There are a lot of flaws, and I learned to accept it. Do I say those things to other people? Yes, I also say those things to other people. That's why I don't really have like a strong feeling against it. That's why I don't really call it like an insecurity. I mean, in primary school, people call me black and everything, dark skin. Do I feel bad about it? No, I just feel sorry for that person insulting me because they are just so dumb, because they don't really have like an open mind in that sense. When I mean, sometimes I do feel down. I go back home and I tell my parents. Then my father will be like, "No, dark skin is good. Dark skin is basically hard labor. Those people who does hard labor and everything." I mean,
Actually, dark skin is a bit healthier, honestly. Dark skin is slightly healthier. Like it's more stronger than light skin because of like the melanin, right? I mean, I'm not trying to boast anything over here, but like in a way, being dark skin is also good because like the strength of your skin is a lot better. Yeah.
yes. So my
So I
father
think I get
said
what your
that.
father is trying to say.
Yeah. So my father said that as a comforting thing, like to console me and everything. But I
Mm.
don't really have like a strong insecurity. I mean, do I say some hate comments or insult to other people? Yes. So I mean, when other people tell me, I don't really care, because who are you? I just ignore them lah, and I also say those things. So I don't really have like a big insecurity like in that sense. Yeah.
Mm.
Now let's go
Yeah.
to catfish. Okay. So what do you think
Mm.
about this catfish thing? Especially in the age of social media, catfish has been, you know, in the trend lah for certain times. So what do you think about catfish? Like, if you guys don't know what is catfish, is basically like faking yourself to be someone lah, something like that, or not faking your looks,
To
basically.
like
Yeah,
yeah, to like adding like a crazy ton of makeup or like
yeah.
photoshopping your pictures.
I mean, I give you
Yeah,
guys the
to look
context.
good.
Um, if you look some of the Chinese TikToks, or Chinese videos from China, like basically, is basically you will see those people actually Photoshop some of their looks, and even some of them whiten their skin a lot. So, but when you take out the Photoshop makeup and everything, she looks totally different. The person looks totally
Yeah.
different. You don't even know her. So what do you think about this catfish thing, catfish issue? Do you think that
Anybody want to go
those?
first?
Do you think that the people doing that has is justifiable doing those actions? Yeah. Why all quiet?
It's okay.
That
I
means,
think I think I'll go first lah. I
yeah.
think
Okay.
I think like catfishing is like really silly lah. I don't think it's necessary. If you're afraid to put yourself out on social media, I mean, I understand why you'd be afraid to put your true self out on social media lah. Maybe you genuinely feel that you don't look good. But like I feel like being comfortable with what you look like is already like it's already really attractive to me. Like if a person right who doesn't look really good, but then he's so comfortable with himself, he or she is so comfortable with themselves. Like they post so many pictures of themselves, doesn't matter. Like they won't like spend hours on taking one picture. They'll just spend like hours taking thousands of pictures and they'll post everything. They don't care, like they don't care, oh this one I don't look good, this one I look good. They don't care about that. They just want to put it out there. They just want to say this is me. And like that in itself is so attractive. That person suddenly starts to become like really, cool to you. Like, yo, this person is so secure about themselves. That's really attractive. Like being secure is also a really attractive trait. So I don't see why people would. Okay, I would like there could be reasons why you want to fake yourself and put yourself out there on social media, lah. Because like it's like first impression is like the biggest impression. So you want to like look good and like make sure that you get more followers or more likes or that kind of thing. But catfishing, in the end, I feel like, come on, it's not really necessary. It's a silly thing. It's, don't Photoshop yourself. Don't like put on so much makeup and cheat people. Like, that's the last thing you want to feel. You don't want to feel cheated by someone, right? You're like, oh my God, this person looks like this way. I'm so high expectation. Then in the end, you look different, which is, I wouldn't say look bad, but you look different, which is deceiving, Like, you don't have to look worse than what you looked in your picture. You just have to look different. The moment you look different, it's already deceiving. So I feel like put your true self out there for people to look at, and let them judge. It's fine. Let them judge. Everybody's gonna judge. Even I'm gonna judge. I'm not gonna say I'm like a clean person who doesn't judge at all. I am gonna judge, but like in the end, you are, as long as you're secure about yourself, that's the most attractive thing ever. Yeah, that's what I would like to say. Anybody else wanna add on?
Then I think I go
Actually,
first now. So, oh, you want to go first, Kat?
Yeah,
no,
like
it's okay,
Khyati
it's
said,
okay.
Kathy, go first.
Yeah. So basically, one thing I realized is that personality and looks are like, um, they're very relative to every person in according to what they live by. So let's say for a person like me living in Singapore, right, you see a lot of Chinese people, you see a lot of people who are very thin, and especially if you go to like gym, you see people who are very fit, very buff, or like blah blah. So I feel like catfishing is kind of the reason why people catfish to like make themselves look better is because they see those people around them. It's depending on the people you're around. So they see all those attractive people. They have so much access to all the models in like social media or whatever it is. Then they feel the need to match it. That's why they catfish to make themselves like with all the makeup and all the Photoshop, which is kind of justifiable in to a certain extent lah, because you want to feel accepted. Everyone, no matter what, you want to fit in, you want to feel accepted. It's a human nature thing lah. So when people when they edit themselves, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's okay, but it's justifiable. But as the song said, you should show your real self to people and let them accept it or not accept it. Just go with it. They're not gonna be living your life. They're not gonna be they're not actually gonna be there like throughout your whole life either to tell you, oh, you look fat, oh, your jawline looks horrible, your forehead is too big. All those comments that people say, then those people are not gonna be there. So to me, it's not worth it lah. Just show your real self. No matter how much you feel the need to be accepted by people around you. Yeah.
Joseph, my man.
Okay, so for catfishing, I think like when people do it, when people like catfish other people on social media, for example, I mean at the same time, while it is sort of wrong, we can't blame them because in the end, like I said, society is very toxic to the point your mindset changes. You want to be more good looking and you want to be more like more accepted in your you want to be more accepted in this world. And I mean many people would like contradict me and say like sure, be yourself. Like I agree with Sasang that when you are secure of yourself, that's already a very good trait. I think if you are very secure of who you are as a person for your looks and personality, I think that's a really like a very rare trait that not a lot of people can get. And maybe I'll go off point here. I'll go off here. And I think my friend has told me before about this. So when someone like contradicts you about like looks being not being everything, maybe I should ask you this. When I ask you to think of a nice person, this person is like very nice, a very like kind-hearted person. You immediately think of a good-looking person, right? You don't think of a bad-looking person.
Yeah.
Like it affects like if I ask the guys like for Ibrahim and Sasang if to think of like this girl is very nice, she's very kind-hearted, has a good personality. you think of her as a cute girl instantly. You don't think of her as like
Mm.
an ugly girl straight
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this
yeah,
is
man, yeah.
yeah, like this just shows like looks do matter a lot at all in this society, and that's why many people will just catfish others because like what I said, the example of good people, good-hearted people being good looking. Many people want to be good looking, like catfish other people to also be seen as like a good person also. Yeah, so that's facts if you think about it.
Mm. I mean,
Yeah.
That's good insight. I like that.
right, many people will be like, catfish is bad, catfish is bad. I mean, yeah, I also think like catfish is bad because you see someone, wow, so beautiful like that. Then you look at your true self there and thought like, what the hell is that? So plain are the face, so boring are the face and everything without the makeup and everything. Of course, I mean, I also feel like that lah, but I'm like, whatever. Okay. But here's the thing, like those people who do this catfish kind of thing, like put a lot of makeup or look, try to make themselves look better, is basically like Napoleon Bonaparte lah. Basically, Napoleon, he wants to see himself as the the very confident guy, muscular guy. So it may not always be the society's like society changing them lah, in a sense. Maybe they themselves, imagine themselves looking like that. So I mean, there are, to a certain extent, it is the society's fault because maybe the society might influence them in a way, but it's also their fault to actually make that thing happen. So I mean, uh, yeah, so it's like that lah. Like they made themselves look better, so they also have to partake some fault in that, if we call it as a fault lah. Yeah, but I mean, if they want to put makeup and everything, then I don't have anything to say. Like at the end of the day, it's their own body, it's their own face, so let them do whatever they want. But I'm just going to say that God, I believe in God, and God made us for a reason. You may call it ugly in the standards of the society, but he made you for a reason. How are you going to face the challenges coming ahead and everything? And and I'm going to try to convince you that those people who are insulting other people based on their looks, I mean, for me also, you can't always say that, hey, this guy insulting me lah, but come on, you also does it sometime. Okay, that all humans, if you really look, human DNA is 99.9%. We all look similar in that sense. 99.9% similarity. The DNA is 99.9% similarity. And if I'm not wrong, right, I watched this Netflix show called the Netflix History 101, something like that. And we look similar to, our DNAs look similar to a banana, like, I don't know how many
Mm.
percentage or so. Lah.
Yeah, 90% or something.
Yeah, so here's the thing, that we may all look, our DNA might be very similar, but what defines us unique is basically our looks. And if you really look at the Down syndrome people, those with the, how many chromosomes? 23, right? The one extra chromosomes. You see that all of them look similar in terms of their face, lah.
Mm.
You see, that's what they meant by 99.9% similarity. The Down syndrome people, their faces look same. If you really look at it lah, you see, with that
Yeah.
one chromosome, it can change things lah. But God made us for a reason, to be unique and everything. And what is the unique thing? Maybe it's our personality and our looks also. We can't really forget about looks. Okay, so it's personality and looks lah. Yeah. So next thing, I don't know why I never say catfish slash plastic surgery lah. I think we should talk about plastic
Mm.
surgery also. I mean, I'm going to give the context again. I've read this article that says that in Asia there's a lot of plastic surgeries going on, especially in South Korea. I don't know about how you guys feel, but for the K-pop and the band thing, right? I feel like, hey, who is this guy? Isn't he the same with that guy? Looking at their faces, lah. sorry if it offend you guys lah, but that's how I feel lah. So sorry. I mean, I feel like those people looks the same in a sense, and I feel like why we need to go for plastic surgery. So I mean, let me give the context again. In South Korea is basically what they call as the capital of plastic surgery and everything. And even in that article, people argue that we are not doing plastic surgery to look like the Caucasians. No, we have our own standard of beauty in Asia, which is skin whitening also. So, what do you feel about plastic surgery slash I mean, skin whitening? Yeah, anyone
Mm,
just go OT.
Actually, right, recently I saw this Instagram post about this woman who had a nose that was kind of bulging outwards here, then goes back down. And honestly, I can't deny. I was like, why is her nose like that? A bit, it's not so attractive to look at. But she looked quite confident when she took the video. But then after that, she went to get a nose job and then got it flattened out, like what an ideal nose should look like. And then she looked even more confident. She looked very pretty too. So to a certain extent, I would say plastic surgery is okay, but as long as you're not so obsessed with it, because there are few things also that you want to change about yourself. So I think, like, those kind of, oh, you have a very big nose, you want to make it smaller, then it's understandable to a certain extent. But overall, right, if you're those kind of people who like, oh, get the jaw done, the nose done, the cheekbones done, the forehead, the Botox and all those stuff, just why do you want to change yourself to look like someone completely different when you're already made to be different? Because actually, I don't believe in God, but I understand that everyone is made to look different because that's who they are. That's the speciality. So like, I realize it's this cycle actually, that if you're insecure about yourself and then it goes down to someone judging you, then you want to change yourself, then someone judges you again, then you're insecure again. And it just keeps going on and on until you break that cycle. Once you break the cycle, the feeling of it is much better. But the thing is that um, these little stuff like plastic surgery, even though it's a permanent change, doesn't define who you are. What defines you is still your your initial personality in a way. Because actually, there's another thing is that even though you get plastic surgery or you whitewash your skin or whatever it is, right? Let's say you're gonna have kids, right? They're gonna have the same DNA as you did. Let's say you have a big nose, and then you give birth to a child that has a big nose. Your kid has a big nose, then what, you're gonna tell your kid to go do plastic surgery? Then every person in your family is gonna be doing plastic surgery. It's just, why? Just accept it. That's the normal part of you. That's the so-called definition of you. Even though it might be a bit like funny, like your friends probably be like, hey, that guy got big nose, and then you end up having a friends group, and then they specify a big nose, they call you by big nose, who knows. Um, but that's still who you are. Even if you're going to change it, people are going to remember by you having a big nose. Even though I mean, you might meet new people, but the old people might still know you. You can never run away from them completely. So there's no point of plastic surgery, and I feel it applies the same to like whitewashing your skin and everything. Yeah, that was my point on it.
You Joseph, my man.
Uh, it's a hard topic. Plastic surgery. Okay, for me, I think for me, when people do plastic surgery, I think I also cannot blame them because I mean they have their own insecurities that they want to fix. But I think like also for K-pop, I think it's one of the big factors in influencing plastic surgery.
Mm,
Like many fans and people would try to idolize the K-pop idols and we want to be like them. And even though like we are all different, we have all different genetics, they feel like that's the K-pop idols are the standards, are the normal standards, are like the only standards to go. So many people would do plastic surgery to look more like them, to be more good looking in a sense. And like in my opinion, I think a big factor here would be influence. Like whether from getting influence from your friends and from the general public, I think the big influence is from the entertainment sector where everyone looks very good and you get really affected by it. Like you think that you are the only one left out in this world. But at the same time, I condone plastic surgery. I don't support plastic surgery due to the fact that like you're just changing yourself not for you, but rather you're changing yourself just to please others. Like when you meet someone, they're gonna like care about your looks for a while only. After a while, they don't care about you until they did something. Like I agree, first impressions are important, but after that, after both of you meet for a while, personality comes into play. After a while, your looks and personality, the percentage changes to the point that personality is more important after like 1 or 2 months. So there's no point of changing your looks just to please them temporary time. So yeah, that's my take on
Lol,
plastic surgery.
Sasag left.
Understood. Yeah.
I must speak. Wi-Fi connections lah. Joseph, continue, my man. He will be coming back.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, I feel that especially if any of the viewers are contemplating for surgery, I think you should know that, like Ibrahim said, that since he believes in God, that everyone is made different also. Because we all have our own religious beliefs. Like well, generally in a sense, in an unbiased sense, everyone is born differently, but everyone is born differently to be successful. They have their own successes to achieve later on, and they have their own goals to achieve. So someone who may be good looking, may be homeless in the end, but someone who actually may be maybe bad looking, may actually be like very successful at the end also. So everyone has their own goals, and is in society. The reality is that you choose to play how you're going to achieve that. So your looks is a big aid, but in the end is how you're going to play your tactics to actually get to where you are at the end. So how you're going to work for your success, how you're going to grind for it, it's all up to you in the end, your hard work. So your looks is only a aid to it. Like people like in a company, investors, like if you are a owner of a company, investors do find confidence and charisma to be a big factor. And so if you do not have good looks, rely on your personality, on your good confidence, on your charisma to pitch in investors and clients to come to your business ideas instead. So like I said, in the end, like looks is only an aid, but in the end, your personality is what it makes you to where you are at the end. Yeah. So that's my take on this issue.
Sasank, or should I go first?
Plastic surgery, right?
Yeah, plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery. So plastic surgery it's okay lah. I mean, I'd say that like what Ibrahim said, God made us all to be unique, or like someone made us all to be unique. And like we have kind of originality to our uniqueness. So I feel like why try to ruin that originality by doing something artificial and then having something artificial stuck to your body for the entire like you're not completely human anymore, right? You're like probably 99% human after that plastic surgery thing. So I feel like again, I said no matter how bad you look, the one thing that can change it all is being secure about the way you look. Like the moment you're secure about the way you look, everything changes. To me, people who are secure about their looks, no matter how bad they look, right? These people are
You're lagging, man. Oh my God,
they're
Sasank, you're
like
lagging. Yeah,
like
you. Can you repeat yourself again? Wait, is he lagging again? I guess so. Guys, if you're watching this, sorry, man. Zoom is like that. We can't do. Okay, Sasank, continue, man. Repeat the sentence again. You lag out again. You lag out twice. And did he lag
Trying
out?
again.
And did he lag again? Oh
Lagging
my
again.
god. Oh man, Sasang needs to find a better Wi-Fi. I'm gonna text him what is happening.
Left.
Okay, that means let me just go first lah, because Sasang is lagging. Like I say, plastic surgery is just like catfishing. Do I find plastic surgery beautiful? No. I mean that's my opinion lah. That's my take on that. I mean I don't really agree with this plastic surgery thing. Like I say, everyone is made to be unique, and we are here to face our challenges. So why do you have to do plastic surgery? Just live with what you have and face the challenge. I mean that makes you a better person. But again, I mean it's your own body, it's your own face. I mean who am I to say, right? So you want, you can do lah, but I just don't find that beautiful in that sense. I mean there are certain people do plastic surgery because of medical conditions, because maybe their nose is like might be positioned wrongly and they cannot breathe properly, so they have to do plastic surgery to breathe better and everything. And I'm not also not uh plastic surgery. Also what I'm trying to include is also those those models who try to do the butt implant or something something like that. I mean, like, why you want to do? Is it because of the standard of beauty in the uh, modeling industry, or it's just you? Yeah. So I feel like plastic surgery at the end of the day, I don't find it beautiful, but do I find those people with plastic surgery beautiful? Yes, but I'm just against the idea of plastic surgery. You see, I like to be natural, just be natural lah, like accept who you are. But again, who am I to say, right? Your own face, your own looks. So yeah lah. Yeah, Sasang, you were saying something that I mean you lag out, so that's why
Yeah, I'm just saying like being secure already is like the most attractive trait. So like the moment you do plastic surgery, you're showing that you're insecure about the way you look. Like I mean, as long as like if it's medical condition, then it's fine to do plastic surgery. But other than that, if you're completely fine and you still want to do plastic surgery, just shows that you're insecure about the way you look lah. So and it shows, it really shows. Like you have to put it out there, like I did plastic surgery and because I'm insecure. So the moment you do that, it suddenly you feel a little less attractive. So yeah, I feel like put your true self out there. Don't change yourself. Being true to yourself, being comfortable with who you are, is the best thing ever. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say lah. I think
but
let's wrap this up soon lah. Yeah,
I
we keep
mean
it short.
for I just want to add on a point for those people who are doing plastic
Mm,
surgery, they may actually say that I'm actually comfortable with doing plastic surgery and this is how I want to look So okay lah. I mean it's your thing anyway. So I mean who are we to say, right? To be honest. Yeah.
mm.
Okay, I mean, we one more issue is about the
Yeah, sure.
modeling industry. Okay, so
Mm,
I actually heard from my sister, and I also read some articles lah, saying that Victoria's Secret, the Angels, that walk show or something like event,
yeah,
that there's a
yeah,
standard of beauty, and my sister actually said that Bella Hadid, yeah,
yeah.
they said that she actually lose what 20 kg or something just for the Victoria's Secret show. What do you think about this?
Mm,
Does this have like a what do you think about this model industry having these standards? And also, let me give you another context saying that there are very very big obese models. Now the some of the industry, some parts of the industry also opening
Plus
up,
size.
yeah, to those obese, very obese people as models. What do you think about this whole issue? This is going to be our last
mm,
issue. Then we can straight away go to our final thoughts. Yeah.
yeah. Y'all want to go first?
The thing is that I've seen the plus size models, right? And also the other models. There are basically two types. You can either find the very, very skinny one or the obese one. But I would say both of them are just as attractive because as I said, looks does matter, but it's relative because if you like if you just accept how people are, then it's attractive already. Like how Sejong said, if you're happy with how you feel, how you look, and it should kind of be okay. So I don't think like the plus size modeling would encourage people to become obese, or the other modeling should encourage people to be skinny. But to put out there that there's this two types of extreme ends that are still counted as beautiful. So it's still part of the looks section, that it's important to be presentable and decent, but it's not necessary to be similar to someone else, because you are who you are. I can't remember, there was this cricketer picture that I saw, and then I think he said something like, someone when he was younger told him that he'll become the next Virat Kohli or something like that. But then he said, no, I don't want to be the next Virat Kohli. I want to be the next, like his own name. But I can't remember what was his name. And I think it applies to both personality and looks lah. Because if you show yourself to be your own way and you find that attractive, that's like good enough already. So yeah, that's my take on modeling.
Joseph, my man, again, Joseph.
So especially like on the plus size models, actually I want to speak out something about these plus size models, and that I feel that they shouldn't be prioritized too much. I think they both should be equal. So in society right now, in like advertisements, I see that there are many like plus size models everywhere in the advertisements, especially in like America, for example. Like they are trying to focus more on like being that weight doesn't matter. But in my opinion, I think they shouldn't be prioritized too much, as because of these plus size models, many obese people do not want to lose weight. Like there's a difference between fat and obese. Like when you're obese, you are like close to death already. You are very close to death. So with these plus size models being prioritized in society, like at the same time, it's a double-edged sword where fat people and obese people are more appreciated, where at the same time, they are encouraged to actually stay the same. They are encouraged to like, be unhealthy at the same time. So I don't really support this at that much, but I mean, it's a double-edged sword where it's both good and bad. Bad being that the obese people feel that they are finally accepted, and then they just stay where they are without changing their eating habits, how they live, and it's very dangerous because this can cause them to die at an early age.
Mm.
So yeah, and at the same time for modeling, I mean it was from like very back then. It was like probably in the 19 or 1820s, and probably in my opinion, modeling has changed a lot. Back then, modeling was for entertainment. It was for people to really like view bodies. But now it's really more of a it is really more of a more of a propaganda ideology where like now it is more of a fight between skinny and fat. Like many people are just fighting over that skinny bodies are better than fat bodies and fat bodies are better than skinny bodies. So right now, it's no longer a view of which bodies that it's no longer of how good your body is, but whether you're skinny or fat and which affiliation you support with. So right now, it's no longer more of entertainment, but rather like just a co-war, like just a small fight between if you have a good body or a bad body. That's my take on this topic.
Samsung, you wanna go or I go?
Yeah, I'll go first. Modeling, right? I think modeling is like really stereotypical, like models have to be at least back in the day. It used to be like you have to be thin to be a model. You have to be slim to be an ambassador. And I feel like this really damages the health of a person, right? Because losing 20 kgs, I think Bella Hadid is already a really thin person.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
her losing another 20 kgs is mad. Like it's
I
crazy.
don't know if
Like,
it's
dude, what are
I
you
don't know
trying to
if
make
it's
her?
20 kg or I don't know the specific things lah, but she loses a lot of it.
Yeah, which is mad. Like, I mean, it becomes toxic at this point. Now I feel like it's really not necessary, lah. So yeah, obese models is another thing, which is okay. Obese models is a great thing. I think we're moving on to a new age where obese models have become a thing. I'm not sure if I'm completely supportive of it because I know it doesn't encourage you to become like obese or anything. It just shows that people who are obese can be comfortable with themselves. So I just hope that people don't get the wrong idea to think that, oh, being obese is cool. So I want to become obese. I mean, like in the end, obese is still being unhealthy. It's still slightly unhealthy. If it's not a medical condition and like you just eat a lot and then you become obese, it's still unhealthy lah. So I hope that doesn't encourage you to become obese and try to become a plus size model. I just hope that if you're already obese, I just hope that you're more comfortable with yourself because even being obese can also be a way of beauty, you know. So I think that's the main point of these plus size models.
I mean, for me, right, oh my god, Sasang is lagging again. I don't know if he's talking right now or what. Okay, let me just say, like, okay, my take on this is you guys notice how all of you actually, not all of you, like, I think Joseph and Sasang said that obese is unhealthy, but losing weight is not unhealthy. Do you guys notice that? Do you guys listen to that? Is it, here's the thing, this is the perfect example of society. I'm not trying to pinpoint that, but you see, in every human, it does comes out like that. Even I do say that no, obese is very unhealthy, but we don't really say that slim people, slimming down is very unhealthy also. I mean, what do I feel about Bella Hadid losing a lot of weight? That's just a bit dumb lah. She's already, I mean, I'm using a strong word lah, yes, but I just feel it dumb lah. Why do you have to lose weight? She's already looking good. She's already looking slim. Why do you have to slim down some more? That's why I heard Victoria's Secret has this standard of beauty. Like if you want to go for the Victoria's Secret angels, then you have to be in this specific weight or something like that. If you look at Kendall Jenner, she's very thin and very tall. But if you can you see how if Kylie Jenner participate in that event, she have to slim down as hell. So it's like, but for the obese models, I have to argue for one of Joseph's points saying that we cannot prioritize the obese models. Why we are actually prioritizing them right now is because it is new. It is new for our age lah. We have always prioritized these slim models, those not obese models since then. So now is the time to actually prioritize these obese models lah. But also like what Joseph said that it is not healthy. It does influence some people to stay obese and everything. But also it shows like that an obese person can be a model too. So it's trying to say that a obese person is still a competent person lah. Yeah, but I feel like it all really depends on yourself. It's all about your actions. Are you going to take the leap of faith or not? Are you going to work yourself out of it or not? That's the thing lah. So I mean, these are actually polar extremes. One is slimming down like very extremely, and one is like very obese lah, extreme. Both of them are bad, uh, and both of them are good in a sense. I mean, normally people, if you really see right, normal people will actually find the slimmer people more attractive than the obese people. But why they ask these obese people for modeling is for those obese people to actually relate to that person lah, to find the obese people might be attractive lah. Yeah, in that sense lah. Okay. Now, Sasang, you actually saying something, right? Yeah, and you leg out.
I think I finished it off there. It's like generally a toxic industry. So you want to get into it, then make sure you're ready to go through a lot of toxicity and unfairness and like crazy things. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say modeling industry is the only industry that's toxic. I mean, I feel like all industries have their own flaws, toxicities, and everything. And the thing that you have to realize is are you contributing to the toxicity? Because I do find that all humans does contribute to some flaws, to some toxicity also lah. Yeah, and I feel like it's a bit hard to change as well. So yeah,
Mm,
now we can go
yeah.
to final thoughts about this whole issue. Okay,
If there's anything that y'all wanted to say, but then y'all didn't get to say, y'all can say it now. Like add on your personal thing, feelings, and personally, what do you want the world to know? All that.
Actually, right, there's this thing that I realized that when like the people that are doing modeling or acting or anything that's like TV related or shows or whatever it is, that they have to put up like they are the voice of it or whatever, the look of the company. They are doing it, they are trying to look good because that's their job to do so.
mm,
But we're not working to like look good. We're not working to show that we're the best looking or blah blah blah. So just the thing is that since you're not earning money, why be bothered, right? That's what I think from my perspective. But the thing is that no, just you don't have you can keep them as a goal in mind, but they're not who you. I mean, modeling as in not modeling because modeling are extreme ends, but you can have your own goal of trying to be attractive, but natural attractive is like the most like the natural um look of you is the most nicest, to be honest. Even if you have makeup on, like not plastic surgery, not extreme dieting to lose weight to be very skinny or to gain a little weight to be thick or something. So it's quite, yeah, I know it's very controversial to like, or you want to lose weight or you want to gain weight, but um yeah, the thing is that you don't need to just accept who you are and go with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Joseph?
Yeah, so maybe I would like to just say it like out of my own experience, like to any of the viewers who feel like they are very insecure of their looks. I think basically just remember that your family loves you, your friends love you, your parents love you. I mean, regardless if I mean, if people don't like who you are, like if people call you ugly, then they're already ugly in your heart. It's like equal. It's like if they call you ugly by looks, they're ugly by by their personality already instantly. And I mean, I have seen my friends, my old friends from primary school, who have like starved themselves purposely, and now they are like, and they have health conditions of that starvation. And maybe if any of the viewers ever contemplate like starving or hardcore dieting next time, or probably even plastic surgery, I mean, I just want to tell you guys that your parents, right? If even your friends and your siblings don't really accept for who you are, your parents will still love you for who you are, because your parents raised you up from when you were like when you were from a newborn. They give birth to you and then they took care of you. I mean, they do not want to see you starving. They want to actually see you happy with who you are. So to any of the viewers, like if you even if you feel like the odds are stacked against you, just remember that there are those like your parents who are actually there for you, even if your friends don't really accept for who you are. So that's my take on it.
Hmm. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so looks versus personality. I think in the end, both matter. Looks and personality both matter equally, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, like even though people say like personality matters more than looks, I personally believe that they both matter equally. So it's fine. That's how the society is crafted. That's the way the society is crafted. So we just have to deal with it, and we just have to, if you want to do something different, go ahead. Show the world that the way you're judging people is wrong. Go do something different. If you really believe in that. But to most people, they're gonna feel like, let me just conform to it. Let me just make sure I look presentable. Make sure I put on a good attitude whenever I go out, whenever I set out for the day, and really like genetics isn't much. It's more about how presentable you make yourself look and how you work with what you have. That's the most important thing. and your personality is like a really, really big thing. Like even though they equally matter, personality can like change the whole game. So like make sure you have a good heart. Make sure you're good at heart. Make sure you genuinely love people. You genuinely want to look out for people. And yeah, just have fun. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Yeah. My
Don't worry
final
too
thought
much.
on this issue, it is going to be long. I'm just going to give a scenario to the viewers, okay? I actually read this from my Instagram post saying that this girl, she suffered from an accident. All, her skin is all burnt, so her skin is damaged. And the husband says that I actually marry her soul, not her looks. Now, when I took this issue for the podcast, I was actually thinking about this scenario especially. Is because how if I'm in the husband's shoes? Yeah, I did marry her personality, her soul. But the thing is, for me, looks also matter, right? I mean, here's my take
Mm,
on the scenario, lah. I mean, if my future wife experience that, the skin burning or anything, I mean, I will be like sad, lah. Like, oh my God, her beautiful face, I cannot see her beautiful face anymore and everything. But the thing is, I'm going to tell you that humans always have conflicted feelings, mixed feelings. But I tell you what determines you is how you overcome the conflicted feelings and you pick the correct choice. You pick the correct conscious. And I will say that my conscience, I am confident saying that my conscience will say that go for her, support for her, be be there for her. Because at the end of the day, she needs you more than anyone else.
mm,
So
yeah.
so that's why humans are always have conflicted feelings. You can't say a person is wrong because of their conflicted feelings, but you should actually judge them based on their actions. What are they going to do? Their final actions is what determines that. And if you feel like in the world 6 billion people hates you, but I tell you what, there's still 1 billion people who is there for you, and 1 billion people is a lot already. Yeah. So
Mm, yeah.
if 6 billion people, if the majority hates you, there's still a significant minority that likes you, that supports you. So be confident. I mean, go explore. There will be people like you lah, similar to you. So just go explore lah. And yeah, that's the thing. Like you may be wondering why we never talk about personality a lot in this podcast, but here's the thing: is because we all know that personality actually is more important in a relationship, and of course you all know that. So yeah, that's the thing, and that's the end for our podcast, guys. Okay, be sure to follow our Instagram at Three Birds One Stone Show. If you guys are wondering, those clips are actually extended from previous weeks. Basically, those clips are actually the parts of our previous podcast. So basically, you
Yeah.
can see for the whole week, right? We're actually posting the whole podcast, but into small clips. Yeah, and
Yeah.
also like our post and comment down on your thoughts, especially to my scenario given to you. What is your take if you are in the husband shoes? Yeah. And yeah, like this video, share this video to people. Yeah, and if you guys are wondering, this is our last episode for this first volume. Me and Sasang and Aka are going to take a month or two
Oh
or
yeah.
three
Really long
months
break.
break. Yeah, because we
Yeah.
have studies, like we have to
We'll be back
prioritize
after a
that
long time.
first.
Yeah.
But
So this is the last episode in a while.
yeah, and don't forget us, we will be coming back after 3 months with more content. Of course, volume 2 is going to be
Yeah.
more exciting.
A lot more content.
We are
We already planned out all our
Yeah,
content.
man. Yeah, and the thing is, for volume 1, we focus on Singapore mostly. Now we are going overboard lah, like, as in overseas lah, like global issues. And if you can see this
Yes,
looks
we're gonna
versus
tackle some global issues.
yeah, the looks versus personalities is not really in Singapore kind of issue. It's a global issue
Yeah.
also. So just get ready for volume 2. Sasang, you have anything to
We're
say
gonna be
next?
back with a bang. We're gonna be back with a bang, guys. So First of all, thank you to Khyati and
He's lagging again, man. So should we wait for Sasang or just say that? Thank you guys. Thank you, Joseph and Kathy, for today's episode. Thank you for your insightful.
am I back? Am I back?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Say that again, bro. Say that again.
She's stuck again.
Oh my god.
Okay, so go say that.
Okay. Yeah. That's it. All right. So Khyati and Joseph, thank you all. You all had some really good insights. All came on and gave us some really good words and shared us some really good tips. We're gonna be back with a bang, guys. After 3 months, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna be quite a long break, but I need this break. I need to study. My studies are a bit like bad right now, lah. So I need this break. So I'm gonna take a really I'm gonna study really hard during this week, and we'll be back with a bang after my exams. And yeah, if you all want to know our first topic after the break, it's gonna be about LGBTQ plus. Right, we're gonna be talking about the LGBT community.
Maybe it's
And
more
all
important in
different
Singapore
opinions and everything.
society about repeal 3770.
We're gonna scope it down to Singapore a little bit. Yeah,
Yep. So
that's right.
just wait for first episode for volume 2. Just get ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, go watch all our clips. Go listen to all our podcasts.
Yep.
Keep supporting us. Keep sharing with your friends. Tell all your friends about us. No matter who they are, we love all the support that we're getting right now. It's amazing. Thank you all for all the support. So yeah, Brian, you wanna sign out?
If you, I just have one thing. If you guys are thinking where the heck is Aka, sorry, he's busy again. He have his.
He's a bit busy, lah. Yeah.
Is he in PU or what? If university, yeah, he's doing some work. He has a lot of.
Yeah, he has some things to do. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a lot
So
on his
he's
plate
not really
right now.
available. Yeah. So he'll be back. He'll be back soon. Probably in the second volume. Fingers crossed he'll be back. Yeah. But that's it. Brian, wait. Today's sponsor is. Brian, you wanna say today's sponsor?
I don't know, man. Maybe this new wireless mouse I got some Chinese brand. I don't know.
Yo, lit. All right. The wireless mouse, guys. Thank you for our sponsor.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Bye. Whatever.
Yeah. All right. That's 3 birds, 1 stone for y'all. Peace out. All right. That was lit. All right. Okay. Cool.